Hello, YouTubers. This is Tia from Using Global Mystic, and I'm back with another magic video. Now, you probably, if you came from my channel before, you know that I do tarot readings, and that is where I started, but now I am also sharing my knowledge with magic. Um, if you do, though, need a tarot reading, I do them. I having a hard time today. I do tarot readings through email if you need one. That information will be in the description box below somewhere. So anyway, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I think those are all of the announcements that I've got. Um, let's move on. This is 5 reasons your spells aren't working. If you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes so I don't forget what I'm going to say. So I'm going to probably start on tip number 5 and work down to number 1. So number 5, well, let's just say this is not really in any order. It just is what it is because they're all kind of equally important. So number whatever, doing magic in an unclean environment, whether it be spiritually or physically. Now, this is something that I've seen a lot. Like, how can you have energy move freely if you've got blockages everywhere? So, like, oh, there's a rock in the way. You've got trash on the floor. You haven't taken your trash out. Here's a big one. Not mopping your floor or sweeping your floor forever. That's a good way to not have your magic work. Or have it clogged up. Because if you've already got something like a mess, a spiritual mess, then it's hard for the energy to move past that because there's already a block in the way. It's been there for a while because you haven't cleaned it up. So if your house is just clean, that's fine. But if your body, your spirit is kind of like holding on to a lot of stuff, it's hard for you to get beyond those things to manifest what you want. So it's like, oh, I want to manifest a relationship, but I'm still holding on to pain from a past relationship, or I'm still holding on to a past lover. Let that lover go so that you can bring something new into your life. That's a spiritual mess that you cleaned up so that you can bring something new into your life, right? Right. So maybe you have resentment toward people who have a lot of money, but you want to manifest a lot of money. That resentment is going to get in your way when you're trying to manifest a big bunch of money, right? Because you're like, oh, people who have lots of money, they're bad people, but I want to have a lot of money, but I don't want to be a bad person. See how that gets in your way? So a good way to kind of like get around that is to delve into yourself, figure out where your ideas originate, like your deeply seated beliefs, where they resonate, and kind of change that. You might want to do like affirmations or find a way to purge whatever that thought process is to clean up that mess so that you can get what you want instead of whatever you are, getting, which is like not getting what you want. Duh. So like, I'm dogging myself because I'm trying to make this make sense without being confusing. So try and meditate. I like to listen to Esther and Jerry Hicks to help kind of change my mind. You might need to do a lot of like research, maybe not research, but like watch a lot of YouTube videos or do some meditations to help you cleanse out whatever you've got going on in there that's in your way. Um, I also like to watch or listen to rather the affirmation videos while I'm going to sleep because there have been times where I was watching TV and I dreamed about what was on TV. So I feel like listening to that at night, the affirmations will help me get whatever I want because I will dream about it. It's getting in there. I just don't know, you know. You sleep every night, so if you do it every night, it should help you um, dissolve whatever blockage you've got. So the next one is praying to the wrong deity for the wrong thing. I was on a Facebook YouTube or a Facebook post in one of those hoodoo voodoo um, groups, and somebody said they're praying to Saint Expedite for, or Expedite, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, for revenge. I was like, okay, why? I've never heard that before. Like, why would you do that? It's kind of like, oh, I'm gonna pray to the goddess Venus to help me destroy someone. Why? 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 It's like asking, your dad is always going to say no to something, but you're asking this person constantly for this. But even though your mom would say yes, but you're asking your dad for it, even though your dad always says no. Why? It's like you're going against yourself already. So I recommend finding the right ally for the job. It goes for everything, because the next tip is, well, they're both the same tip. Not asking the right deity or the right ancestor or the right god for whatever you want, and also using the wrong tool for it. So it's kind of like, let's say you want to attract money, but you're using calamus. Why? Calamus is really more for, in my experience anyway, it's more for like commanding and getting people to do what you want them to do. But cinnamon works a lot better for attracting money, because that's what it does. Cinnamon just loves doing that. Cinnamon's like, oh yeah, let's do this. Ooh, ah. So you have to use the right tool and find the right ally for whatever you're working on. Or you're already working against yourself, especially if that is the main part of your spell. You're like, oh, this particular god, please help me with this, even though this god is like, I don't do that. I never do that. So keep that in mind. Not treating your tools with respect, that's kind of a big one. This is also another one where if you're not treating your tools, well, I'll keep that one. If you're not treating your tools with respect, why would they work for you? It's like you let's say you've got your herbs and you're like, okay, herbs, I'm just gonna throw you over here in the corner. I'm gonna step on you. I'm not even gonna, treat you well. I'm just gonna have you here and throw you around. I don't care about you at all. But I'm gonna ask you to help me with stuff. No, 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 no. What I like to do with my herbs and my tools, I like to keep them clean, and I also like to offer them things. So I like to offer my tools whiskey, water, um, light, smoke, whatever. Like if you listen to them, especially if you're using crystals, if you're using crystals and you listen to them, they're like, oh, okay, look, I need to go out in the sunlight because I'm drained. They will work a lot better for you than if you are like, okay, I've had you sitting over here in this dark corner for years. I want you to continue to work for me because I asked you to. Do what I'm asking you to do. Do what I tell you to do. Now, it's also nicer to just talk to them. Hey, thank you so much for helping me. I don't want anything right now, but here's some water for your spirit, because they are the spirits of these things that are helping you out. This is their body and they have a spirit. And it goes that moves into my next tip. Not treating your ancestors or deities with respect. And they have feelings, They were people once too. And they kind of carry that over, I believe so anyway. They kind of carry that over into their afterlife. So if this person liked smoking, well, it depends on the person really. If cigarettes kill them, you probably don't want to give them cigarettes. But every person on this earth had to drink water. So if you're like, okay, ancestors, here's some water. I don't want anything. I'm just offering you water. I'm offering you Florida water. I'm offering you light, smoke, incense. I'm sitting here talking to you because we're still family, even if you're not physically here anymore. Here's an apple you're offering them things, you're helping them out, so they are more likely to help you out because you've built a relationship with them, opposed to you just ignore them all year and then this one time you really need something and they're like, well, we needed this, that, and the fourth, or we were talking to you, we wanted this and you weren't helping us. This is an interesting story. I went to a crystal show and I found some um, Native American pottery, and it was it was broken. It's like uh, uh, artifact. It was an artifact, and I bought it for about $5, and I brought it home and I put it on my altar. Now it's been um a few years since my mom was like, "Oh, you've got Native American ancestors." I was like, "I don't know about that. I don't have any proof, so I don't know." But I brought it home and I was like, "Okay, if I do, this is for you guys." After that, it was interesting because I manifested a good amount of money that I needed at the time. So if you do things like that for them, your own personal lineage, whatever that is, or your spirit friends, your spirit guides, you offer them water or, something they'll enjoy. You kind of listen to see what they are interested in, because not all ancestors are going to want Florida water. Maybe some of them want, Kananga water or something, whatever. But just you have to kind of figure out what it is. And if it's a close ancestor that you knew, you should be able to kind of get them what they liked in life. Like my great grandmother, she used to drink coffee every morning. So sometimes I'll bring her coffee because I know that that's something that she liked. And she actually came to me in a dream and she was like, "Here's this money." And she gave me money in my dream, and it came like the next day physically in my life. So stuff like that. And I think that's all I had for that particular point. Here's a big one. Not cleaning up your life before you start doing magic. Like if you just you come straight out of Christianity, right? You're like, "Okay, I was a Christian and now I'm a hoodooist or a Wiccan or whatever. I'm gonna do this, girl. It's gonna work for me. I've been watching movies. I know how it works because that's just what I think I know, right?" No. My first spell was a money spell, and it went wrong. I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do this because I read an article, and this is what you should do, and this is that, and this is this, and this is what I'm gonna do." So I got a candle. I did the spell. I lost money. I lost money. I think I lost like $20, and I was like, "What? This is not how this is supposed to happen." So what I learned from that was that what I really needed to do was clean up my thinking. Like I was thinking, this kind of goes back to the first, being spiritually, like having a spiritual block, but this is kind of goes beyond that. It's kind of like a um, um, lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I've done like 4 videos today. I'm trying to get this one out of the way. So, not cleaning up your life. Uh, well, I guess it's just the same as the first one. It's also blocks that people put in your way, not just spiritual blocks or you having physical mess. Um, you have to clean up your thinking. And the way to do that is to do spiritual baths, to meditate, do teas, road opening, road opening, road opening, road opening, road opening, road opening. Because if you just came out of some other religion and you're suddenly doing this now, that's a big change, Then there's going to be stuff you carry over in your mind, even if you don't know it. And you kind of have to see what it is. Okay, this is what that is. I need to move that out of my way because it's getting between me and what I want. It's getting between me and what I want to manifest, right? So you can do road opening baths, you can do meditations, you can drink teas, and focus on cleansing and purging whatever you've got in the way. So that was unfortunately, me being a little disorganized here. So, like, the first one and this one are about the same thing. So, I'm going to do a bonus one. Writing an unclear petition. That is like huge, you know? Writing an unclear petition and then just kind of backpedaling on it, you know? I want money. Universe, send me money. You might find a penny on the ground that you don't see as being the money you asked for, but that is money, right? Pennies are money. Pennies and dimes, nickels, quarters. So do you want those monies or do you want folding money? Okay, now we're more specific. Universe, I would like $1,000 unexpected income, 2,000. How much do you need? Something that I've also learned is that asking for things just to ask for them isn't really going to help you manifest it that fast. Um, an unclear petition is like the worst thing you can do because you're like, oh, I want love. Send me love, universe. Here's a child. A child on the street just gives you a hug because they love you. They love everyone, right? What kind of love do you want? Who do you want this excuse me, love from? How long do you want this love to stick around? What do you want this love to look like? So you kind of have to be specific without being so specific. Like, okay, now you're writing your petition. You're like, I want a 6'4", 200-pound millionaire with a that drives a Benz and this, that, and forth, and yada yada yada. Is that really necessary? Or do you want someone who's tall, taller than you, um, who drives a nice car, a sports car? That's specific, but not too specific, right? A sports car. Who is kind, loving, respectful, with more than enough money to take care of all of your financial needs, and more than enough time to give you the time you need, and also more than enough, um, whatever, right? So now you've gotten specific without being so specific because if you get down to it, you're like, oh, he's got to have these brown eyes and he's got to have, you know, wavy-ish hair and it's got to be this color brown and he has to be this exact height and have this exact car because then you are so tight on it that it's hard to find. Well, the universe can find whatever you want, but that person might be all the way across on the other side of the world. It might take a lot more time to get this person that's over here with all these specifics to come over here where you are. Or you can say, okay, I can live without this, but I cannot live without that. So the things that you cannot live without, you like, I need this in a person. I can't live without that. So loosen it up a little bit or tighten it up a little bit. It just kind of depends on how you write your petitions. My nose is burning. Okay. I hope that made sense. Is there anything else that I need to say about an unclear petition? You have to be clear enough. And then backpedaling. If you backpedal on it, that also helps you not manifest what you want. You're like, okay, one week you're like, I want $1,000, and then the next week you're like, I want 1,000,000, and the next week you're like, I want 500, and you kind of like just focus on what you need. And if you don't, like I said before, if you don't need it, it might not manifest as fast, and you just like, okay, I just want this money because I want this money. What are you going to use it for? I I know it's weird, but I've found that if I'm asking for something that I need, I get it a lot faster than something that I don't need. Like I manifested my car. My old one was falling apart, and I was like, I don't have the money for it. I was like, okay, so I sat down. I was like, I need a car because mine is falling apart. Because if I don't have this car, I can't get my kids where they need to go. So the universe is like, fine. My kid's father gave me her car. I was like, I need my car to be affordable, something I can afford. I needed to be an SUV because I've got 2 kids, and at the time we had a dog. I think maybe the dog died before then. Anyway, I was like, this is what I need. I needed an SUV. I needed to do this. I needed to do that. I needed to have good tires. I needed to have good gas mileage because money. And then she gave me her SUV. It was basically like my other SUV, except it was a little bit larger and a little bit newer and in better shape. And she just straight out gave it to me. She was like, "Here, take this. Um, I want you to have it. I'm not going to charge you anything for it. All I had to do was pay the taxes on it, and now I have a car. It's a nice car too." Anyway, if I had just wanted a car, I feel like it probably would have taken a whole lot longer. Like, I want the car. I just want a car. I already have one. I don't need another one. I just want one. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't get what you want. You know, like if you just want something, you can get it. I just kind of feel like it's more urgent. So the universe is like, I see you need this. You see you need this. You're focused on getting this. You're going to get it one way or the other. And then you do a spell. It just makes it easier for you to get it. You know, opposed to, oh, I want this. I'm not really too committed to it. I just kind of want it. You know, it's not important, but I kind of want it, which is why taking, like, I'm not going to say foolishness, but taking like stuff out of your petition that you don't necessarily need, that you can live without, will help you manifest exactly what you're looking for. Opposed to filling it with stuff that you don't necessarily need, you know? So I hope that cleared up, you know, what I was saying. I hope that made my point. There we go. Like I said, I've done 4 videos today. I'm a little bit tired. So let me just recap these points and get out of here. All right. So doing magic in an unclean environment, spiritually or physically, that already automatically has a block in your way. Get those blocks out of the way by cleaning up. It doesn't have to be spotless. Just, you know, picking up, making sure that it's not cluttered, because clutter does things to your mind. So also uncluttering your thoughts, you know, getting those blockage type thoughts out of your way will help you. So physical blockages, spiritual blockages, getting them out of the way. Praying to the wrong deity or the wrong saint, the wrong local saint, you know, whatever. Praying to the wrong person for the wrong thing. It's not going to help you get what you want, because they don't do that. You know, you don't want to pray Saint Expediti to help you get revenge on somebody, because he might help you. Maybe. I doubt it. I've never heard any of that happening. You know what I mean? It's like, don't ask your dad for things you know he's going to say no to. Not treating your tools with respect. Treat them with respect, and they are more likely to help you than if you don't treat them with respect, especially crystals. Like, if you are like a person that works with crystals a lot and they're not working for you, it's probably because they're not charged. First of all, people forget to charge their crystals, especially if they're newbie crystal people. Like, oh, I'm just gonna pick it up and use it straight out of the store. Now, if you get it from the store, you want to cleanse it first. First of all, cleanse your crystals first, and then you want to charge it, and then you want to put your attention into it, because it's nice and full and juicy and ready to work. I even, like I said, offer the spirits of my tools water, whiskey, smoke, and other things they might need. Not treating your ancestors or your deities or your spirit friends with respect. They're definitely not going to work with if you're disrespecting them. They're just not going to do it. They might actually put blockages in your way if you like lie to them. I heard a story once where this lady, she was working with this local saint, and he was one that liked to see boobs, and he liked women, and he was just, like a general spirit to go to if you wanted something. And if you were a female, you'd get it a lot faster if you're like, okay, when you do this for me, I'll show you my boobs. And she didn't do it. So whatever was given to her was instantly taken away in the worst way possible because she lied. So show respect to your ancestors, your deities, your spirit friends, or whatever you're working with. Not cleaning up your life before starting to do magic. Now, this goes back to the first point that I made, where you've just got a mess in the way. And a good way to get rid of some of this stuff is to do road openings, drink teas that help you open your roads, like lemon tea. Adding lemon to pretty much anything will help you cut away, whatever you don't need there, as long as you put the intention into it. So you make the tea, you squeeze the lemon, you're like, lemon, please help me remove whatever no longer serves me here. And then you drink it with intention, and it'll help you clear out whatever you've got holding on to you. Baths are also very good. Meditation. I already mentioned the meditation videos and listening to the affirmation videos while you're sleeping, because it helps. Especially if you're the kind of person that falls asleep with the TV on and you dream about what's on the TV, then, you're a good person to listen to affirmations while you're sleeping, because it'll sink in even if you don't know it. Bonus question, a bonus thing, even though it's not really a bonus now. Writing an unclear petition, putting a bunch of foolishness in your petition and just things you don't need. Oh, I want a man who is 6 feet tall and has blue hair. That's unclear. Yeah, you can find any kind of man anywhere with that, right? That's unclear because you don't have good specifics, and then you don't want to be overly specific either. Really, he has to be 6 feet tall, drive a Beamer. He has to work here. He has to do this. He has to do that, and he has to. You also kind of have to be a little realistic too, because if you're like, oh, I want him to go to work, and I want him to bring home all this money and give all this money to me, and then I want him to go outside, clean the lawn, mow the lawn, wash the dishes, do this, that, and the fourth, while I'm sitting here doing nothing. It's kind of hard to find somebody who will do that. But you can, I guess. Anyway, the point is, unclear petitions will bring you unclear results. Unclear petitions will bring you unclear results, where overly specific petitions, they might manifest something, but it's difficult to find somebody who is just perfect, instead of and what you asked for might not be what you want anyway. You have to kind of ask for what you need opposed to what you want. Not saying that you can't put some wants in there, but they have to be like wants that are high on your list opposed to like the little small stuff. Like if you ask for a man who it has certain things, and then this man shows up, but he doesn't have the blue eyes you asked for, the brown hair you asked for, the 6 feet tall that you asked for, right? But this person is like 5'9" and they're taller than you are, and they've got, different colored eyes, different colored hair, but they are perfect otherwise. Would you turn them away? So the stuff that you wouldn't turn away is stuff that you shouldn't be too specific on in your petition. You know what I mean? So if you can't live without it, put that in there. It's a hard no if they don't have that. I think I made my point. I think I made my point. So I'm done with that one. And that's my 5 or 6 points here. I hope it made sense. I'm tired right now. I'm trying to get this video done, and I've done it now, I guess. I hope it made sense. I will see you guys in the next video, which I'll probably do tomorrow because I'm tired now. It takes a lot of energy to do readings. If you need a reading, the information to get one is in the description box below. If you like this video, don't forget to push the like button and subscribe and push that bell button so you can get more of them. And if you need to contact me at all for anything, my email is down there. I accept tips and donations, and I think I'm done. I will see you guys in the next one. Ta-ta for now.